Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie. In today's video, we're going to talk about some new makeup releases. I'm going to share my thoughts on them, if I'm planning on buying them, passing over them, or just holding off for a little bit. As always, this video is inspired by Samantha March and her Will I Buy It series. Samantha posts her Will I Buy It videos every Wednesday, so I'll have her Will I Buy It playlist linked down below. Samantha also created a community playlist where other creators who do this type of video can post it onto that playlist, so I'll share that playlist if you want to hear some more people talk about new makeup releases. My effort to make this a weekly series has been abysmal, but I promise I'm trying, so we have a whole bunch of makeup releases to talk about. So if you want to hear some new things that are being released and how I feel about them, let's keep on watching. So I'm going to start with a few complexion products, and the first one is from Charlotte Tilbury. She's releasing her Airbrush Flawless Foundation. And the foundation claims to be long wearing, weightless, full coverage, poreless, natural looking, and a matte finish. I feel like those claims are kind of contradictory. Full coverage and natural looking tend to not work together, full coverage and weightless, so I don't know. There are 44 shades, but I think the shade range could be a little bit better. They don't really, I just think it could go a little bit deeper and definitely account for some more undertones because they kind of look off, at least from the initial swatch photos that I'm seeing. The foundation also has Magic Replexium Serum for younger looking skin, Air Cool Fresh Cool Skin, CT Defense Pollution Defense, Miss Celtec Hydration, the secret to a flawless, poreless looking complexion, full coverage, weightless, in 44 shades. According to the Trend Mood on Instagram, which is where I get most of my sources from, this will be available sometime between August and September. I don't own anything from Charlotte Tilbury. Don't get me wrong, I really want some of her stuff. Those cheek to cheek blushes and those new hot lip collections look beautiful. It's just, her stuff is at a higher price point and sometimes I don't really budget to spend $50 or $60 on a foundation. But I'd have to see reviews on this, but realistically, Charlotte Tilbury isn't a brand that I would buy a foundation from. There is another foundation release this week, however, that I definitely have my eye on. So Dose of Colors is finally coming out with skin products. They're coming out with a beauty sponge, but that's not the part that intrigues me. They're coming out with foundation. It's called the Meet Your Hue Foundation. It's in 42 shades, 6 different shade categories, and 7 shades per category. So the categories are fair, light, light medium, medium, tan, dark, and deep. The foundation retails for $36 each and has 1 fluid ounce, which is pretty much the standard size for foundation. This foundation claims to be medium to full coverage, a natural matte finish, high pigment, lightweight, long wear, vegan and cruelty-free, talc-free, paraben-free, fragrance-free, and oil-free. And this will be available on July 17th at Dose of Colors. I am so interested in this foundation. I definitely want to try more things from Dose of Colors as a brand, and I was kind of waiting for them to expand outside of those 5-pan eyeshadow palettes and the lipsticks, which I love. But I'm definitely going to buy one of these. I think I'm going to wait till the foundation comes into Ulta because we all know that shade matching online is very hit or miss, and I'd love to be able to swatch out the shades, really see the formula, and see which color would suit me. But I'm definitely going to buy this. I also don't think $36 is the worst price range. Dose of Colors, I don't want to say, they're mid-range. They're not high-end. They're not drugstore at all. And their liquid lipsticks retailing for like $18 to $20. This is the price point I would expect for a foundation. So I am so excited about this release. I'm definitely going to be watching some YouTube videos and hearing other reviews, but it's definitely something I'm going to pick up. And if you want to see a review for it on my channel, let me know. So Natasha Nona is coming out with another mini palette. And to be honest, I kind of forgot about the Tropic palette in general. And this is our mini Tropic palette. It should already be launched, so I'll have the links down below. I always include the information about like prices, launch dates, and links for availability of all the releases that I talk about. And this retails for $25 and it's a limited edition. It's pretty. I think I could create some fun looks, but realistically, I wouldn't use this palette enough to justify it. And I'd probably buy it because it's affordable for Natasha Nona. I know the Tropic palette didn't get the best reviews, and it's not the Natasha Nona palette I would have bought. I would love to see her come out with a mini gold palette because I still have that in my Sephora loves list. Like, I'm actually gonna spend $129 on an eyeshadow palette. But if I have like a lapse of judgment, it's there. And I'd love to see a mini gold with like a really pretty metallic yellow, one of those like green blues, like mustard color, a brown, and another metallic, because I would buy that thing. But as far as this Tropic palette, it's pretty and I could definitely see myself getting fun, colorful looks. This is not something I need to add to my collection, but I love that Natasha Nona is coming out with minis because I can't afford her full-size palettes. So Kim Kardashian is coming out with a new collection for the KKW Beauty brand. And this is her So Fire collection. It includes a fiery 10-pan eyeshadow palette, 3 eyeliners, 3 glosses, and with a brand new formula. And it launches on Friday the 19th, which is this Friday, at KimKardashianBeauty.com or KKWBeauty.com. I actually don't hate this collection, but when I saw this eyeshadow palette, the first thing that I thought of was Color Rain Queen of Hearts. Like that was the initial like go-to palette because it looks pretty much identical to it. I think it is pretty. Kim looks fire in these photos. Like between that and like the wedding collection, she looks gorgeous in her promo pictures, which she showed because it's her brand. But I'm not gonna buy any of this. I'm still waiting for Kim to come up with a release that really just draws me in. But I think the palette is pretty, but everybody kind of has a warm tone neutral palette at this point, and she's very delayed on the trend. But if you don't, or you're a fan of the Kardashians, it looks pretty. And I know people say that the KKW formula is generally pretty good, but I have these palettes multiple times. I was so into the warm neutral trend, I could dupe this 1,000 times over. It wouldn't be one of these videos if we didn't talk about Colourpop. And this time they're coming out with their just a tint lip crayons. And they have a healthy glowy lips with a hint of tint in 12 universally flattering shades, $7 each, or they come with a duo for $12. These are pretty, but they're not the lip products that I prefer. They're a little too low maintenance for me, and I like my lip product to have some assurance that it's gonna stay, and I want a little bit more coverage or color when it comes to lip products, otherwise I would just wear a gloss. So these are pretty. I think the color range that came out was really nice, and I do kind of agree with the universal flattering claim, but this isn't my lip product preference. I think maybe like if I was going to the beach and wanted to do that like no makeup Glossier look, I could do this, but then I just wouldn't wear makeup. So I think it's nice, and I definitely see this being like some people's everyday staple lip products. It's just not mine, but don't worry, Colourpop will come out with something next week that I'll probably be interested in buying. These should be available now on the Colourpop website, and once again, it will all be linked down below. Milani is coming out with new gilded eyeshadow palettes. Well, I guess they're eyeshadow and highlighter palettes because each palette comes with 9 eyeshadows and 2 highlighters. It has soft mattes, saturated metallic shimmers, deep duochromes, and luminous highlighters, and they retail for $19.99, which is pretty much standard for Milani eyeshadow palette prices. The Gilded Ember Hyper Pigmented Eye and Face Palette is inspired by the 2019 Pantone Color of the Year, which is Living Coral. And this palette is now available on Amazon. The Gilded Jade Hyper Pigmented Eye Face Palette has earth tone neutrals and ethereal shimmers. And the Gilded Violet Hyper Pigmented Eye and Face Palette has matte violets, subtle shimmers, and electric pops of metallic colors, inspired by the 2018 Pantone Color of the Year, which was violet. These will be available this month at Walmart. I think these are really pretty, especially that Gilded Jade. Those colors are drawing me in, and I actually think that violet one's really pretty too. I just kind of wish they didn't have the highlighters. I mean, I guess I could buy them, but like I know for a fact that Ember palette, those highlighters would be too deep for my skin tone, so I'd be buying the eyeshadows and I wouldn't be able to use the highlighters. I mean, I could use the highlighters with eyeshadows, but not for highlighting purposes. And I also feel like if you have a deeper skin tone, these highlighters are not gonna work on you. Maybe that Ember one would, but there are like white highlighters in the purple and green palettes. So I kind of wish they were just 9-pan eyeshadow palettes. I have the Milani Sultry palette. The cool tone one, what's that called? I just used it the other day. Sultry Obsessions? Is that really what it's called? Anyway, and I do like the formula. I think it's good, and I've gotten more use out of it because I rotate my palettes throughout the week, and that's my palette that I've been using. So I like it. I wish these were just 9-pan palettes without the highlighters. I would then totally be into it, but I don't think I'm gonna pick these up. I also, it helps it doesn't shop at Walmart because I think if I saw these in store, I'd be so much more tempted. But the Milani eyeshadow palette formula is really good, so I do recommend them if any color scheme is appealing to you. So Makeup Revolution is jumping onto the food-themed trend, and they're coming out with the Tasty and Fruity collection. It includes 3 tasty eyeshadow palettes, which have 18 shades for $15 each. There's the avocado, the pizza, and the chili palette, And they have 3 fruity compacts, which are $7 each. Fruity highlighter in banana, fruity highlighter in pineapple, fruity blusher in strawberry, and fruity blusher in peach. They're available now online at Makeup Revolution, and I don't know if they're gonna come to Ulta, but if they do, I will inform that down below. I'm not surprised Makeup Revolution jumped on the food trend. I've talked about food-themed items in my videos, and they're just not for me. I mean, I think they're interesting and they're fun and playful, but having a food theme doesn't make me more intrigued to buy something. The avocado palette looks pretty because I love green eyeshadow palettes and green eyeshadows in general, but I've heard mixed reviews about the Makeup Revolution formula, and if I was gonna buy a green palette, I would get that Colourpop Just My Luck one because I know that formula is more consistent and reliable. I do think the face products look really pretty. Those blushers, like that strawberry one, but especially that peach one, look really pretty. So I could definitely see myself picking that up. I wonder if they smell like fruit. I don't see any indication on the website, but that would be a nice added touch because I love food scented makeup. The chocolate bar palette from Too Faced, every time I open it up, it gets me. But yeah, I think those face products look really pretty. The pineapple highlighter is definitely too yellow for me, and the banana one, I also think would be too dark for me, but I'm going through a blush phase if you couldn't tell by the bright blush on me right now. I picked up Becca Wild Honey at Marshall's, and was it Wild Honey? I think it's Wild Honey. Wildflower. Wildflower? I'll link all my makeup I'm wearing down below as well. But I have been so into blush. Like, I'm walking out with bright rosy cheeks, so I could definitely see myself picking up one of these. And it looks like, at least on the peach one, that it's a glowy blush, and I love glowy blushes. Stacey Marie MUA is combining with Be Perfect Cosmetics to come out with another collaboration. They came out with their Carnival palette last year, which I heard nothing but good reviews on. But now they've taken it even bigger and better. So this is the Carnival XL Pro palette. It is 30 bright matte shades, 10 high pigment shimmer shades, and 3 blinding highlights / body glows. 31 new shades and 9 familiar faces from the Carnival palette. It retails for 42 euros, so I'll have the conversion down below, which is how much that is in United States dollars. This is coming soon to Be Perfect Cosmetics. Tread Mood says, I love it. The first palette she did is not afraid of color. She's so talented. I can't wait to see what some of the swatches she plays with. Yeah, I follow Stacey Marie on Instagram, and she is so talented. She does these cut creases, which are out of this world, but this palette is so big. It's way too big for my needs. And when I think about color, when I want to do a colorful look, I do go to that colorful palette. Yesterday I was like, oh, I feel like wearing purple, so I pulled out Norvina. If I think about wearing greens, I pull out some single shadows and mix it with some Culture. So having a giant palette with all the colors, it's nice in theory, but it's not something I need for my collection. I think if you had a small eyeshadow palette collection, you didn't have that many colors, that many neutrals, that many bold pops, this makes sense, but I have a lot of these colors in already existing palettes, so I can just take a little bit of extra effort and pull out 1 or 2 palettes at a time than having this giant Colossus palette. But I did hear nothing but amazing reviews about the formula for the first one. So if you love color and you like big eyeshadow palettes, then you might want to pick up this release. So I always talk about how Samantha March has inspired my her Will I Buy It series inspired this video. And if you watch some other videos on my channel, you know that I'm constantly doing her tags and taking inspiration from her. So I was so excited when she revealed she's gonna collaborate with Ofra. She's coming out with a lip set, which includes 3 different lipsticks in Manila, Los Angeles, and Pasadena, and her March Beauty Word highlighter, which is a combination of Pillow Talk and Star Island, which are 2 of her favorite highlighters. I actually own Pasadena already, and the highlight that I'm wearing today is Star Island, which I bought because Ofra was on Haute Look, and I was like, oh my God, Samantha March always talks about this highlighter. So I am super excited about that, but unfortunately, because I have a lot of the products from the collection, I don't see myself buying it. But I'm just really excited. She's one of my favorite YouTubers, and I'm just really happy for her. I really enjoy her content. I think she's so nice, and that girl puts out videos like nobody's business. She also has a favorites page on the Ofra website where she has some of her favorites discounted. So because the lip set and the highlighter I pretty much own the products from, I'm gonna take a look at that favorite set because I really wanna support Samantha, and I'm just really happy she collabed, and I'm so excited for her. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for today's video. I didn't talk about as many releases that I thought about, but I feel like a lot of the releases just aren't really drawing me in. And I want to talk about stuff that I'm generally excited about and new makeup releases that interest me. But I know on YouTube we talk about makeup fatigue a lot, and it's real. Like, I'm feeling that. I don't want to go to another Ulta or Sephora and buy anything for a little bit. One, because of my wallet, and two, I want to be able to use what I have in my collection. So although I love to talk about new releases, I think the only two things I'm going to pick up this week are the Dose of Colors foundation and take a look at Samantha March's favorite section on the Ofra website. But what releases are you planning on picking up? Ones that I talked about and ones that I didn't talk about. I'd love if you let me know down below. If you like this video, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. I post about 2 to 3 videos every week, and I'd love to have you come join me on my next one. But that's going to wrap it up for today. Thanks for watching.